What is happening, everybody? Welcome back to Assetto Corsa Competizione. Trying out some of the DLC today, starting with the GT4 cars around Monza, and moving on to some more GT4 cars around South Africa after this short little race. So without further ado, let's kick it off, starting toward the back. Not sure exactly where the position counter has been a little finicky lately. It's hard to tell where you are on the first lap. Doesn't really matter though, we know we're towards the back, we know what Monza's like, so we're going to brake nice and early, somewhere around 250 yards before the line, and look at that, everybody's getting through rather cleanly. I think one person might have spun off to the right, but for the most part we all get through there, A-okay. No contact that I could see. So skipping ahead to the second chicane, maybe it'll unfold here, although if it hasn't unfolded by the second turn usually, people are going to keep together. One person off the track. We're going to go in beside this yellow AMG here. Mercedes, I always mix those up. And just get completely overhauled by him, honestly. He found the grip and sailed away. Coming on to the back straight here out of Lesmo 2. And we're going to get overhauled by all the Mercedes. All the Mercedes. They're all just going to soar by. Even that black one is going to get by just at the braking zone, making the Camaro feel very slow. I'm not sure what that's about. I didn't really do much in ways of tuning. I just put it on aggressive and turned off traction ABS. And we're still getting overhauled by a KTM through the chicane. You don't see that very often. Masturbator. Completely overhauling me in the Ascari chicane, so something's not right. I don't know if it's just me driving poorly or if some tuning is needed. But even this car is overhauling me in the back straight. It doesn't feel like I'm doing much wrong there. Took the corner okay. I got up to speed. It wasn't like it's not like I was forgetting to floor it. So you can even see here this Mercedes who rejoined. He's just going to get a better run from a standstill. I did manage to catch up to Ox eventually. He had a bit of a spin, and we're in 12th place now because everybody who had an accident would quit immediately after. It didn't really lead to a fun race, and we blew any chance of catching up with Ox right there by driving wide out of the chicane. So we're going to finish off in 10th place. Not that it matters, everybody rage quit. Let's skip ahead now to South Africa. But first, we're going to pick a new car. Let's try the Maserati out. I think the Maserati is really nice. We just need a custom livery, something really distracting. It's Easter in July, and away we go. Now, the Maserati doesn't have traction control or ABS. It's default to man's mode. You have to be a man to drive this car, unfortunately. So, I don't know. Just be warned. Staying all the way to the pit entry lane there to force everybody around. It's working quite nicely. Everybody's scooting to the left once the entryway ends. Pretty normal stuff. Another corner where we almost all make it through. I think the KTM behind me has a bit of a spin. Hits another car. But for the most part, we all get through it. A couple cars off there. At least one. A few guys riding the curb on the inside. You want to avoid that if possible. Going side by side through here is also to be avoided if possible. We're going to have a nice run down here. I think that Mercedes is just lifting off the throttle. Look at that, or this Maserati is just stupidly quicker than the Camaro. I think he lifted. We're going to try peeking up the inside here. The Roser guy's going to come for a late apex, which he kind of missed by a couple feet, but whatever. We're going to get a dive bomb by the Ginetta up the inside here. There's space, and leaving plenty of space. He's not going to be able to pull it off. Getting a run on Roser, but I know I'm not going to be able to make anything of it, so I'm going to break up and try and file in behind, and we just managed. Look how close that was. Managing to avoid any contact, thankfully. We're going to go for a move. This braking zone up here is very fun. It kinks to the right, then there's a crest, and then another crest, and then it comes down, and it kinks to the left. Very kinky quarter, both laterally and, horizontally and vertically, so I like that. And the braking point's very tricky. We're going to hold off the Ginetta on this occasion. However, it is a very good corner for passing, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that. The Ginetta looking for a move around the outside. He's going to miss his braking point. I don't think he hit the brakes at all. If the earth is flat, he would have fallen off the edge, so I don't think we'll be seeing him again. Was it Ginetta or the KTM? I'm not sure. He's gone. Now we're under attack from a Porsche, and this is very much the theme of this race is... Ooh, Smith has spun out in the golden Porsche. Seems to be rejoining quite alright, though. He seems to be already up to speed. Like I was saying, this is mostly a game of defense. I play here going right up to the pit entry lane. The Porsche is being very cooperative. He's going around the outside. He realizes what's going on. Start shepherding him all the way to the right so we get the best line possible. Honestly, not my best braking point, turn 1. Very tricky. I haven't figured it out yet. Maybe it's not that tricky and I'm missing something obvious. Skipping ahead to the very tricky tight right turn here. We're going to be under attack from the gold Porsche who was spun out at the last corner. He's going to file in behind for the sweeping right-hander here, and I'm just going to nip the curb. Luckily, I don't spin out. I've nipped that curb a few times when practicing with some friends, and yeah, it does. It can spin you right round. It usually does. So the fact that I didn't hit the wall, was facing the right direction after, and got it back on the track without a flat. Apparently, I should be very thankful. That could have been way worse. It doesn't take much to get a flat in this game either. I'm kind of getting a reputation for blowing out tires, from getting flats from simply driving wide. Under attack from another Porsche. Now he's going to be looking up the inside, which is a-okay by me because that's the outside for this tight right-hander here. Good place for passing. He's going to pull it off. Really good judgment of space there. Comes in for a racing line. Takes off. Now we're under attack from a BMW. Same game we've been playing the whole time. I'm going all the way to the left. I already have my nose pointed to the left of the lights there. I'm on my way. He's going to go for a late dive. He's not even up beside me. Decides to take past the boundaries. You can see just now he's beside me. And he decides to use that pit entry lane like it's part of the track. Clearly not getting the memo. Thankfully, the pits aren't being used in this race, so it doesn't really matter. But just good to see that some people have different idea of track limitations than the rest. Anyway, the KTM's going to be looking for a move up the inside now. A bit of contact's made, but we both seem to not really get phased by it, which is good. I think I left him space if you include the curb. I always tend to include the curb. Some people don't like using curbs. That can lead to some bumping every now and then. So the KTM looking for a move around the outside right now, which is ideal, honestly. He's got a nose out front, even pushing me to the left. He wants to be all the way to the right until that curb comes, and then we turn in. What that is about, I don't know. I think he's just making it clear that he's not playing. I do manage to get in front, which is the defensive line around this corner. Ginetta's coming in too, and we're going to be losing out. He held it nicely around the outside, as did the Ginetta. We're going to have to let him by and do what the Porsche did, file in behind, apply pressure. Fortunately, no one makes a mistake. Some nasty black marks left on that yellow curb, probably by me. Later on, the Ginetta and the KTM were having a battle, and the KTM seemed to have gone wide. I don't know if it was from a tap or if he just misjudged his braking point. Coming under attack now for me, though. He's going all the way to the left, so I'm going to take the offensive line, or the inside line, and happily take that position back for now. In fourth gear, we're going to take a defensive line up here, shepherd him to the right. That couldn't have gone better, so we're going to hold on to that position for now. The KTM is a formidable opponent, though. He's proven to be. Makes a few mistakes, but is definitely a quicker driver. So coming up here, it's a very tricky place to defend. I don't even bother defending, and he goes for a great lunge at the inside. Timed that beautifully, so I can't really be upset with that. Next time I should just defend if I don't want to get lunged on like a noob. So KTM is going to sail by here. Skipping ahead, we now have a Vantage in the rear view mirror, or an Aston Martin. Applying pressure from the rear, going for a massive dive into turn 1. It's going to be way too deep. I said I don't know my braking point there. I have a safe braking point. It's not a fast braking point. It's not the latest. It's just the safest. I'm going to make that turn almost every time if I hit just after that 150 board. Although, as people keep making moves on me around here, I realize I can probably brake around just before the 100 board. 110, 120. He's going to go in deep, Slotty. We're just going to get the move on him around the inside and hold on to the position for yet another lap. Maybe. I can't remember if he catches up during the course of this lap. He must. So we're coming up here. I don't defend. He's going to be going for a move up the inside. And I'm going to try and get the cut back on him. Expect him to use all the road. He doesn't at all. He actually veers very hard to keep it off the curb, leading to contact. And you can see now, I'm kind of just bitter about the whole thing. I'm flashing my lights. In hindsight, I can't expect people to use the curb, I guess. I don't know what their setup is, so I'm really just being a big crybaby in hindsight, but if anything, it spurred me on. You can see how close I am to him now. He did manage to catch up over the course of several laps. Now I'm the one riding his tail. He's not getting away. However, his defensive lines have allowed this McLaren to catch up. So it became apparent very quickly that this McLaren is quite happy to go for a lunge in the late apex. He'll quite happily stick his nose along my rear wheel and let me pit myself as I go for the apex. As you'll see here, happily going up the inside, just missing. If I were apexing a moment sooner, which would be foolish because that'd be too soon, like he's doing, then I would totally just pit myself off of his nose as he goes for these crazy lunges up the inside. You can see here just what I'm talking about. I have to sacrifice my apex to compensate for his early apex and thus early exit of the corner, bumping me around this corner even though I'm in front. He seems to go for lunges here, but at the same time he knows it's not going to work out and backs out. I don't know what's going on, but just going to hold him off for a few laps, 3 laps of that, trying to keep up with this Aston Martin. And he's just going to go a bit wide on this corner here and totally lose it. So the pressure's gone. Now I can focus on Slody. It's the final lap, and I have a chance right here. He's taking the defensive line. I'm going to take the opportunity to give him space, build up momentum, go for a move around the outside as it looked like he was sticking to the middle. And then he decides at the last minute to go wide. And the flashing intensifies. I'm quite upset with that. And, well, he's going to pull over. He actually pulled over after so many laps of me flashing and raging. He's like, okay, that was where I draw the line. And then he continued to apply pressure, but with just a few laps to go, I already found my groove. We're going to finish around 12th place. Big shout out to that Slody guy if I see you on the track again. I'm looking forward to some good racing, buddy. And I might just lift off the throttle if we're neck and neck and give you the position next time because you earned some respect right there. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. More on the way. Be sure to like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Have a great day. Bye-bye.